In today's video, we are remaking a game that has almost 100 million visits for the owner. Let's just say the sequel's gonna be a bit better than the first one. So guys, the owner of Anime Racing Clicker hit me up to remake their game so they can make Anime Racing Clicker 2, I would assume. It has nearly 100 million visits and over 200 active players right now. Let's check it out so we can do a little bit of a before and after. All right, so here we are, kind of jumping in, and this is the map. It's a square. You got your machines, your leaderboards, and you know, that's about it. You can then run on this thing, which I'm not too fast. And there's some other maps as well. You could pretty much see all of them here. I swear I had some unlocked, but I guess not. Anyways, this is the Naruto themed one. Up next is Dragon Ball, and so on and so forth. Let's get these remade. So let me show you guys what I've done so far. Now, I have already made 10 maps for this game. Today, we're gonna have to make the Trading Plaza, and that will completely finish up this commission. So, if we look at map number 1, it is right here. It looks decent. I want everyone to keep in mind, I have no idea about any animes. I don't watch them, I haven't seen them. So building them, well, it was a little bit more challenging. Right here we have Dragon Ball, which I think this is one of my favorite maps that I've made for this commission. Up next, we have Attack on Titan, which this one was a pretty cool one as well. Nothing insanely special, but definitely a lot better than the previous. We got One Piece right here. I thought it would be cool to make the map look like it was actually a ship. It just was nice. Also, there's nothing on these asset-wise, like the machines, the shops, everything like that. They are all auto-generated. So if they look a little plain, that's why nothing has been generated onto the map yet. This one was real simple, but real nice as well. This one was Chainsaw Man, I believe. Oh, and I really like how this gate turned out for this one. And this little building. Anyways, today we need to build this trading plaza. They sent over a template, and I was supposed to build this fully on stream, which I did. We spent about 2 hours making it, and then he said, "Hey bro, that's not it. I sent you too big of a template, so let's restart." And I was like, you know what? Sounds like a good time. So, first things first. I was using these trees, and 90% of the stream chat said the same thing. Your leaves are way too bright. So, what I'm gonna do first is grab the texture from these, take them into Photoshop, and just use the ground color. Alright, I got the new one uploaded, and all we have to do is change the ID inside of the surface appearance. Let's see if that's better. Hold on. There we go. Definitely gives a lot chiller of a vibe. And I think that's what we need. Oh yeah. Now, we're gonna use these trees, these bushes, and these rocks. I also have a little grass hill, and this is how we're gonna decorate this whole area. First thing that we're gonna do is the terrain itself. So grass hills is definitely the way to go, and I honestly love these. You just kind of place them on top. You could scale them, rotate them, do really whatever you need to do, and it just adds so much more to a map. Toss one hill in the middle. I'm still not sure what I want to put in the middle of this map. Definitely does need something, but I have no idea what that something is going to be. Let's scale this up pretty big, just to sort of break up this area. Not bad. And I think we're going to duplicate that and move it over here. Once again, just to break up the flatness of the map. Up next, let's do the bushes. Using our brush tool plugin, we should do rocks, just since I already have them. And I've got a few different ones selected. So brush tool is gonna auto size and rotate these rocks. And there's 3 different types of rocks selected. So it should look pretty varied and pretty nice at the end. We don't want to go too overboard with the rocks. I'd say something like that will work just fine. Let's grab all of these, group them together, call them rocks, and then we need to slide them down a little bit because brush tool, while it does do everything for you, sometimes you get a little bit of a hover and it doesn't look too natural. That is a lot better. Up next, let's do the bushes. Now, when I did this map on the stream, I used just one bush, and that was okay, but some varied ones, maybe a group of bushes like this, with some stretched and some scaled will look pretty nice as well. So let's select those, and we're going to use our same settings. This way, bushes will be randomly rotated, and some will be a little bigger, some will be a little smaller. It really helps sell everything that needs to be sold. Have one there, we should definitely have one in the middle, maybe over here, and then we can kind of randomly place them throughout the map. Once again, we don't need to go too overboard because the trees are going to take up a good bit of space as well. Here is all of our normal bushes. Let's sink those into the ground. This middle one, there's an invisible part, so we need to sink that by hand. And then we have our 4 double bushes, which we are going to sink into the ground as well. And I think I want to move this one over a bit. We also have no double bush on the other side of the map, so just for completeness sake, I'm going to put one over there, and I'm going to put it halfway inside here. It's already starting to come together. Also, I really wanted to have water on the map, but he didn't like the idea. I used to have the middle as a ring of water. It really broke up the colors and just made it look really cool, and had bridges going to all the booths. I thought it looked awesome, but he wasn't a big fan of the water idea, so we had to scrap that. But it did break up the colors so nice, I gotta be real. All right, it is time for the trees. Wow, is that like, I guess that's a pretty good size for a tree. It's a little bit big, but at least you can see all the booths. I feel like maybe we should go down a little bit, like 0.5 to 0.8. Let's try that. That feels better. Let's put one in the middle, sort of counter to whatever statue of who knows what's gonna go there. Put one over here. That fills in the center of the map pretty nicely. And now we can kind of place them just around. I think I'm also going to place some, let's make this a little bigger. 1 and 1 point. I'm going to place some of these around on the top of these, and then I'll add the grass hills just to kind of break up the outside of the map as well. This might not work that well, but I'm hoping it does. It's super important to break up as many colors as possible when you're building a game. I think it really helps make things feel more organic. For example, now all of these aren't the exact same. We have a little bit of a green patch. And heck, we can even add a rock just to make things look even better. Something like that. We're going to do the same thing for every tree with a different size hill and some different rocks. And I'll be back when that's done. So I added some dead trees as well, just because I do think it breaks it up even more. One thing I will say about the current state of the map is there is way too much green, and we need more color breaking up. So, number 1, let's go see what other stuff we can kind of yoink from our other maps. This will help keep everything cohesive. I just got an idea looking at this. So let's take 3 of those for now. Scale these down quite a bit and rotate them a little bit more friendly, like those seem very jagged at the moment. Something like this. And let's make those either a lighter or a darker color. I think slightly darker works well. We're gonna spread these around all of the paths. That'll help break up one color, and we definitely need more gray. But how can we add it? That I'm not too sure of. Another thing we could do is add blue, so we can add water around the map. Let's do that first, because it's super easy. There we go, and let's bring that up quite a bit. Yo, that actually helped quite a bit. It added just one more element of something. Let's toss a texture on it. Oh yeah, that is nice. One thing I think we could do is grab our hills and repurpose them on the edges. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but it could be pretty cool. Yo, I actually do like this. I'm gonna try to flatten it a little bit more. Look at that, guys. It helps break it up even more. Let's go ahead and put one maybe on all sides, maybe not. Honestly, I kind of like it better like this. It seems less like uniform and adds 2 more colors. We have a nice tan and a nice water. We are definitely going to need a new texture on these. And then we need to figure out how to add a gray. I just brush tooled on these. We have a little bit of corrections to do in some spots, but that helped so much on the vibes of breaking up more colors. We still need to find a way to add gray for sure, but I think this was definitely a step in the right direction. Let's grab all of those, make sure they are anchored, and let's sink them down a little bit, because they're just an extra detail, not really a main one. That helped so much. Now for gray. I don't want to just add more rocks. Okay, it's not going to help with the gray, but I have my little grass model from one of the previous maps we did, and at least it's another green color. Maybe it'll help. It's just one more asset that we can sort of add to the catalog. You know, I won't say it did much, but it definitely helped a little bit. Alright guys, I just grabbed some assets from each map. Since this is a trading plaza and is overall a place for people to hang out, I thought it'd be really cool to add some assets from each map, giving more anime references to just a somewhat anime looking scene. The flag is going to be sick because it's going to add more color to the map. Let's shrink that down a bit, maybe something around here. And I think I'm going to do somewhat of a four corners type vibe for this. Just like that, we added some reds and some more browns. The boat, I'm going to just brush tool a couple of them around on this pad in the water. Once again, just like a weird extra detail. Then we have this boulder from one of them that has a rope around it and it's cut. Completely forgot which anime, so don't judge me too harshly. I do think it should be a bit darker, and this should maybe be like... I think that helps. I added some textures on it. They are a bit more on the realistic side because they're the Roblox ones, but I think they're simple enough to still work within the scene. Then we have our little chainsaw man dog. I think it would be cool to put him as like a little Easter egg just standing up here, just for the players who want to explore. Like, oh, little Easter egg. Then we've got our training dummies. These are honestly, they could just be another thing that kind of sits around to brush tool them in. We're not gonna go too crazy with these guys, just a couple around the map as a way to break up these colors once again. And then last but not least, we have our little One Piece tombstone with the dude's hat on it. And I'm just kind of pasting this one around. I think we'll do 3 of them. 4 is a bit overkill in my opinion. And I've been curious on what I'm gonna do for the middle, but I think the boulder is actually a sick vibe for the middle. Like, hear me out, bros. Scale this up, because I think it's pretty big anyways. Like, it's a genuine boulder. Sink that into the ground a little bit. Maybe put some of these bushes more in it, just to make it feel like it's been here for a while. And honestly, this looks so much better than it did on the stream. So I think that'll wrap it up for the build, unless the client has any more ideas. Let's hop into some questions. Number 1 question / suggestion. Can you make a stunt where you go through a building in the dream game? You know what? Yes, that's an incredible idea. I don't know why I haven't thought about it. I'll definitely do that. Question number 2. When I press Ctrl Shift plus P / X, the Explorer and Properties doesn't open. Can I fix it? I didn't know there was a hotkey to open the Explorer and the Properties. But I would just ignore the hotkey and go up to View, type, or to click Explore Properties, and they'll open. If this does not open, you can double click on this to hide that window. So just double click it again and it'll open up. Hopefully that helps you out. Anyways, that is going to wrap up today's video. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.